Poor people governor with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. It's indeed a trying time. First of all, let me extend condolences to the relatives, friends, and family of the 19 deceased, and to the Guyanese national in large. My sincere sympathies. However, folks say it's not the time for politics, and it's never the time for nothing. There's always a time and a place, yes, but for some, the time is never right. Some calling for inquiry and this and that and the terror. You see, right now, my thoughts all over the place and my feelings and emotions are scattered. However, I don't want no inquiry to tell me what happened from where it happened, because it's not the first time we encountering fires at school. It's not the first inquiry we had. Recommendations was made and nothing happened till to date, which lead to this. Solutions and who to be punished or blamed. Now, stories is here, there, and everywhere, so we don't go by that. I am to the strong belief that with 19 deceased, somebody ought to be blamed. It's negligence. And as I like to say, and I would say, it's terrorism. 19 life. Despite of the circumstances, someone must be blamed. And the buck stop with the government. Whether you like it or not, whether you say it's politics or not, it stops with the government. And any good government would take the responsibility. We won't throw blames around. You're in office. It happened under your watch. You're supposed to be protecting the citizens of your country. And you fail in every area. So don't tell me it's not the time for talk about this and it's not the time for... It is the time. The time is always right to do the right thing. As my good friend would say, Mr. Benjamin, the time is always right to do the right thing. It's never too late to do what is right. So with that being said, the blame must wholly and solely rest at the bosom of the government of the day. Fail to protect their citizens. Fail to protect the citizens. We got all manner issues surrounding the 19 deaths. Fire truck not in area. Fire truck can't get through to the road bad. Fire truck running up and down to get water. Whose responsibility that is? That we would allow 19 people to burn. 19 children to burn. Because of a fire truck that has one attendant. How incompetent that is. And we as citizens must sit down and buy the narratives and the negligence of the government of the day. It can't work. It can't work. This government, PPP, is failing miserable at protecting the citizens of Guyana. Couple days ago, Guyana Most Wanted escaped from prison. How? No evidence, no videos showing nothing of the sort. Just clean and smooth getaway. And this government supposed to be protecting their citizen, incompetent Roxanne Ben. Resignation right away. Incompetent. How in God's name you could be the Minister of Home Affairs, supposed to be protecting the citizens, and you're feeling miserable? And you still remain in office running about taking pictures and trying to, what? You're a failure. You should resign immediately. Leave. Commission of inquiry. Into what? To tell you what? To do what? Every single thing is a commission inquiry. And what happens when we get a commission inquiry? Whether it's independent or not, what happened? The recommendations are made and the PPP ignore them. If they didn't ignore the recommendation of the prison and the recommendation of the school, we want to be in that situation. The building would have an exit in case of emergency fire. That's a heavy lawsuit. To have so many children in a building without an exit in case of an emergency, put aside fire. No emergency exit. And you lock a dorm, and when God knows where, going to Parliament, asking for millions of dollars to protect schools with this fancy security system. What happened to the taxpayers' money that we paying to protect the schools? What really happened? And you must stay silent. You mustn't criticize the government because the government this and the government that. To hell was them and the government. As citizens, you must be able to speak and speak your mind. We can't live in fear. You got to stand up for something, comrades, or you'll fall for every goddamn thing. This is not a time that we should run about. You don't want to talk about this body, you don't want to talk about the body. You call this body name the victimizer. You call the body name. To hell was them and the victimization. Life got to go on some way or the other. We got a country, people escaping from prison. Not a word. Not a press conference. Not a nothing. And we must buy the narrative that these people so intelligent and smart that they plan their own escape, get away clean, without a video catching them. Prison is supposed to be heavy security, supposed to got cameras right away around this prison. And you won't get a picture with this man escaping. Cameras not working. At large, the government in the day don't know which part of the country the individual is. So the citizens at large should be living in fear. And you protecting your citizens and asking them to vote for you for local government election. To hell with y'all and y'all nonsense. Or nonsensical nonsense. Y'all running about the place, taking photo up and doing nonsense wrong this time of grief. You hustling with taking 2 pictures and posting here and posting there. Shame. Shame. Every time the PPP in power is, if it's not fire, it's murder, it's massacre, it's drugs. Name it. And we mustn't put the blame at the blunt of the PPP civic and the regime. Because they're going to victimize you. And they're going to do this to you and they're going to do this and the terror. The last man God says the Almighty, not the PPP. Come out to your fear. Jump out to your fear. Step out of the fear. Now, local government election. It's not for the government or the opposition to get it right.